Hello, everyone. My name is Jamar Morrison, and we are here with episode 5 of Through the Years. And today I have the man, the myth, the legend. I've taught him since 2018, Mr. Mitchell Woody.
Greetings. It's probably the best episode you see, all right?
So tell the people about yourself.
I'm Mitchell, but everybody calls me Mitch. This is my 5th year marching STRYKE. I've played trumpet, been playing lead trumpet for all 5 years, so you know.
So tell me, how did you end up at STRYKE?
The reason why I ended up at STRYKE is actually because of you, Jamar. Like, I ain't gonna lie. I remember my, 2019 or 2020?
I think it was 2019.
2019, Mary
Poppins.
Poppins.
When I taught you, Mary Poppins, yeah.
Yeah, so I remember I was so hyped. I was like, damn. I was like, I'm pretty good. I was like, I can finally do STRYKE and be comfortable.
Yeah.
And then I have Jamar in my ears saying like, yo, you should do STRYKE. I was like, bet, I'm gonna do STRYKE. And then, you know, I did the audition process, everything went good, and I'm here. Really a big blessing to be here, you know?
It was kind of funny because I taught you in the beginning at West Broward, and then we ended up marching together technically for almost like half a year.
Yep.
I never actually asked anybody that's marched with me, how did it feel like marching? What did it feel like marching with me?
It's kind of funny. It's really funny. Marching with Jamar, completely different than when he teaches. Class A, like, crash out right there, that's Jamar for you, bruh. Nah, I'm just joking. But like, actually marching with Jamar, it's like, you can actually like chill and be cool. Like, you know, at West Broward, he was chilling cool, but you know, you still have to lock in at the end of the day. I mean, so is STRYKE, but you know, there's always that like deeper relationship that goes about it. Like, I call you big bro, because you are big bro.
You know, since day one.
Since day one, baby. But yeah, like marching in 20, like with you, it was like very eye-opening too. It's like, damn, like this is where you came from. Yeah. And like, I'm finally here in this organization. So it's really dope.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy to me because I taught you at West Broward, I taught you at STRYKE, and I taught you at Cadets.
Yeah.
In 3 different ensembles, so it's kind of funny.
Baby.
Yeah, so like anybody that has ever marched with me somewhere, anytime that I'm teaching something new or doing something, I kind of give you guys like the reins to like teach stuff because I'm just like, you guys got it, I can just do other projects. So it's kind of fun. It's like, it's gonna be weird when you guys are all gone and I'm like, I walk into the gym and I'm like, I know y'all, but I never marched with y'all. Like, it's so strange. Like you, John, Marcel, Pat, I think you guys are the last ones.
Yeah.
You guys are the last of the people that have been around. So it's kind of like a strange thing. Yeah, it's kind of interesting. So I guess for you, when it comes to 2020, like what was your fondest memory of that year, your first year?
Yeah, it's been that one time we did PT on the football field at Nova. Yeah. That was fire. Yeah. That was fire.
Was that the way we were playing tag or was that DEFCON 6?
We were playing like, I don't know, I remember we started playing soccer.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah, it was pretty fire. Yeah. And the one block when Robbie crashed out, I was like, yo, everybody get outside, you know, don't come back in here unless you know your music. Yeah. And then we all just locked in. Yeah. All locked in, we came back and we said, Mom, say that one more time, I dare you. Right. I was like, look me straight in the eyes, I dare you.
Yeah, it was funny. 2019 and 2020 were funny because anytime that we were given a challenge, we kind of stepped up. It was kind of like nah, we're gonna like fight this one back. It was kind of funny because like especially learning the music in the beginning, some people didn't have it memorized. We get kicked out. Like we all get kicked out.
We got kicked out.
And we're all like kind of not mad at each other. We're just like mad at the situation itself. And we're just like, nah, we're gonna go figure this out. So we did. We came back, and then from there we started becoming one of the best like iterations of STRYKE Wynds. It's kind of funny. People don't talk about it enough. Well, we talk about it a lot amongst ourselves, but 2020 is a big like what if. What was supposed to happen that year? Because Amachi was supposed to come back, I believe, and then it was Rhythm X, so it was going to be like a good like squabble between the 3 of us, and we wanted to know. We really, really wanted to know. So after everything happened, what made you come back in 22?
I ain't gonna lie, I was still thirsty. I was thirsty, yes. I was like, damn. After COVID hit, I was like, I'm not really doing much. I'm just doing school, working. I was like, you know what, let me come back and like be productive, do something, get out of the house. Yes. And I came back, I was like, damn, I'm like, the group we had, you know, we're still building back up STRYKE, but it like kind of left me thirsty for more, you know? Like 2020, I had such a good taste of it. Pause. Yeah. And then, you know, going into like 22, I was like, damn, like I just want to start like achieving more,
Right.
doing more with this like group, because we can take it up there. We did.
Yeah.
So it's like, it's a very rewarding process to it.
How did it feel to audition for STRYKE Wynds?
I was pretty scared, bro. Like, look at that guy, Robbie, bro.
Yeah.
Like, he's kind of like intimidating. I don't know why. He
He's
just
so
has
calm.
this little aura to him.
No, like Robbie's like calm, and like when he stares at you, like it's kind of like the room stops. It's, yeah. Robbie's kind of he's an aura farmer.
Yeah. I was just like, oh, I guess I'll play my audition. I played it fine. I was like, I didn't think it was the best, but then when I, like, looking back at it now, it's probably one of my like better auditions I've ever had. So,
Really?
Yeah.
In front of Robbie?
Yeah, in front of Robbie.
That's so interesting. It's kind of funny. Everyone like has been scared of him from the beginning. Like, I think Robbie, even in 2017, I wasn't ever really like afraid or intimidated because he always just kind of took a liking to me. So I was like, oh, okay, sure.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So like, he kind of said, Jamar, do this. And I was like, all right, cool. How much do you want me to do it for? Or whatever. In terms of like, you know, like dynamics or play this or do this. Like, you know, when he's asking you, like, can you play a high D off rip? Yeah, I can do that, sure. Yeah, I think that's why I respect him so much, because he always kind of like gave me my flowers. What's been your favorite year of STRYKE Wynds?
I'd have to say 24.
Tell me why.
24, I feel like as a group, we're just all better musicians.
Yeah.
And then we also like, as a group, we're like a lot more like friendlier with each other. Like we're actually like a group.
Gelling, yeah.
Yeah, instead of like, oh, you have one click here, one click there.
Yeah.
And everybody's not really talking to each other, but we're doing the same thing.
Yeah.
But like in 24, like we're all cool with each other, like all homies, everything. And like, it just made the season a lot more fun and a lot more rewarding too. Cause you're like, damn, everybody around me I'm cool with, you know, we're doing the thing, and like, you know, we're like achieving higher levels and stuff.
Of success, yeah. That's what felt good, because it's like, I think 24, my favorite 2 years right now are 24 and 19. Cause it was like one of those years where like we could all roast each other, and it was more funny than like anything. Yeah. And most of the time when anyone got roasted, it was because it was true. So we're like, okay, bro, like I'll get better, fine. You know what I mean? Yeah, it felt like that. It kind of felt like, I don't know, 24 is really special, because 24 kind of, I don't know if it flew by for you. 24 was a long season, but it flew. Like, it was a longer season because I think WGI was in like the end of April, but I remember finishing and I was like, dang, I kind of miss y'all. Yeah. What would you say has been the most influential instructor for you at STRYKE Wynds?
Josh B, cool person. Like,
yeah,
you know, he helped me grow as a marcher.
Yeah.
Since like when I was in high school.
Right.
Like, the whole reason why I marched cadets was because of him.
Yeah.
And like the whole reason why I am where I am is because of him.
Agreed. Agreed.
Like, he's helped me so much in life, and like the things that like the guidance he gives me, it's like it makes me look at everything different. It's like, damn.
Absolutely.
All right, my fault, Josh. I'm gonna lock in.
Yeah, right. You know when Josh is like annoyed, it's more justified than not. You know what I mean? Like,
it's like my fault.
fault. What does it feel like to like go from being taught by somebody to going to teach with somebody?
It's a very interesting experience.
Yeah.
Because there comes a point where you gotta realize, or you know, they realize that, you know, you're not just their student anymore, but like an associate. Like,
correct.
So at first, you know, it's like hard, but like once you get into it and like you kind of like prove to them, hey, like, you know, I'm here for a reason.
Yeah.
It's like everything starts to like mellow out, and you really start like getting stronger as like staff members.
Yeah.
So that, like, teaching with Josh, it's always like a great experience because I learned so much from him.
Absolutely.
And it's also funny too, bro.
Oh, dude, it's so great. Yeah. Everyone's catching hands. I don't care.
I know. Yo, that's whole time, yo, 22 marching cadets.
Yeah.
Yo, if you guys didn't know, when I marched, I mean, there was this one point on tour, I went up to Josh. I was like, Josh, if someone talks to me any type of way, they're catching hands. Catching hands. I was like, I don't care who it is, staff, admin, med staff. I was like, I don't care. Yeah, I was a crash out during that season. I still am, bro.
No, you're not. Yeah.
Nah, I still am, bro.
You're
Let
more
someone say
tame. I
something.
think you're more tame now.
Yeah. Now.
If you had anything to say to anybody is considering marching STRYKE Wynds, what would you tell them?
I'll tell them a lot, but I'll tell them that, you know, it's like a dream come true marching here. It's like you learn so much, you experience so much, and then, you know, you accomplish so much too.
Right.
It's like, it's a very rewarding thing to like come march here. And it's also like, you become friends with so many different people.
Yeah.
And like close friends. Like some of my closest friends that I found were here at STRYKE.
That's true. That is true, actually. Yeah, same. Yeah.
So I would tell anybody who wants to come march here, don't be scared, don't be shy, just come and do it. You'll like learn that, you know, this is probably one of the like best things you'll ever do in your life.
Yeah.
Other than like, you know, whatever you do outside of STRYKE. But doing STRYKE is such like,
It changes your life.
I know it does.
Yeah.
It's a crazy experience.
I don't know. I think STRYKE made me a better person, in a sense. You know, like it kind of forced me to. I guess in a sense, in 2019, STRYKE Wynds like forced me to grow up, in a good way. Because you know, when I was in charge of the whole ensemble, it kind of there was a sense of responsibility of like the people that I'm in front of. Not even the fact that I just because everyone will say, you know, you don't want to let people down. It's not even the fact that I don't want to let people down, in a sense. Just hear me out. But it's the fact that it's just about me worried about letting them down. It's more like I want to help lift them up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And like these are my people, and I want to make sure I'm leading them to the best of my ability. I don't mind making mistakes. I want to make the mistakes, but I also want to make sure that they know too that like as a leader, I could be I'm just as human. You know what I mean? And I think that's what it taught me. Like I can grow up, be human, and I guess almost in a way be okay with insecurity in a sense.
Yeah.
Because I think we're all insecure about something, right? And I think that taught me to be like, if I don't have the answers, I don't have to act like I have all the answers. You know what I mean?
I get that.
Yeah. So like it's funny because even when I've taught with you, because I've taught Mitchell, but Mitchell and I have taught together at West Broward. Like if I didn't have an answer, typically I'd refer to you guys and be like, what do you guys think of the answer is? Because I don't got it. And I think that's what made me so strong as like a leader. Like I can go to people and speak with them and actually, you know, take their feedback, and that in turn makes us better. Now, if you could say about yourself, what has STRYKE Wynds taught you about yourself?
STRYKE Wynds actually taught me a lot. It taught me to at least be more tame with my feelings. You know, I used to be a crazy crash out. I used to talk the craziest smack about people. But now, like, you know, I'm more chill. You know, I've learned to like you said, grow up a lot. And, you know, it's actually helped me a lot in life too. Like, I mean, like the whole reason why I'm engaged is because like, you know, I like had to grow up and I had to realize, you know what, I can't be doing childish things anymore.
Correct.
You know, I have to lock in either with school, work, or relationships. And, you know, that's what STRYKE taught me.
Yeah.
It taught me how to lock in and like focus on what I need to focus on, you know?
Exactly. Responsibility.
Yep.
With great power comes great, let me stop. Yeah. Well, Mitchell, this was good.
Yeah.
And it was so nice talking to you, and I am really proud of you. I know it's your last year, so I guess in a sense, you've graduated.
Let's go.
All right, get him out of here. All right, cool. Bye. Hello, everyone, and welcome to Through the Years. And today I have one of my old West Broward students from 2018. I have Miss Sydney Ellzey.
Hi.
You're so nervous.
I don't know.
So,
I just said hi.
You're right, I know. So Sydney, introduce yourself. Tell us about yourself.
So I am a STRYKE Wynds alumni. I've marched years 2022, 23. I marched indoor percussion at West Broward 2017, 2018. So I'm a little, you know, used to the indoor experience. So yeah.
What instrument did you play?
I played tenor sax.
Just tenor sax? Did you not ever play any other sax or?
Just tenor sax.
Really?
Yeah.
Noted. I never noticed. I always thought you played, because I know saxophone players typically switch, so I never know you were always a tenor. Noted.
I mean, I've always loved soprano, but just never had the opportunity to do it. But,
Got it. That
yeah.
makes sense. How did you end up at STRYKE Wynds?
Okay, so this is a funny story. So I basically, well, like I said earlier, I marched cymbals with West Broward.
Yeah.
I was dead set on marching STRYKE cymbals. Like the first show that I saw was STRYKE 2017.
Kong?
King.
Or King. Was it King or Kong?
Oh my
King?
God, like that was like, I have to do this.
Oh, it was such a good show.
Like, this
oh my
is what I
God.
wanna do.
Bro, that was so good, yeah.
So, and when you and Josh came in
Mm-hmm.
2018, you came up to me and you're like, have you ever thought about marching STRYKE Wynds? I was like, huh, no. It kind of like got the idea in my head because I was gonna already do, you know, indoor percussion, but that didn't work out, so it was kind of too late to join.
Right.
So after I graduated high school, I was like, maybe I should give this a try.
Yeah.
And ended up loving it, so.
How was your first day? How did it feel on your first day?
Oh my God. I was pretty nervous because like everyone knew each other and I was like one of the rookies. So I was like, oh, this is like, I mean, I was excited, but
Yeah.
it was like kind of nerve wracking because everyone already, you know, marched and like had that experience and I've never done like indoor winds before. So it was like really different, but I was excited.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm surprised. Well, I think everybody feels nervous, but I'm surprised you felt nervous because you had so many. Like you had, you know, your Mitchells, your Mias. Like you had, Vinny was there.
Yeah.
Like, you had
you're
so many
right.
like West Broward friends, so I thought like that was more like
Yeah.
all right, cool, they're okay. Because and every year like I try to make sure everyone felt comfortable. That at least that was the goal, right? At least in 2020, and then everything changed and life changed and the world
COVID.
exploded and COVID, right? Yeah. But that's really interesting to hear. So you know, you had your first season, you had 2020. You know, you went through it, and the world exploded. But how would you describe your first year at STRYKE Wynds 2020?
I loved it. I immediately felt the sense of like welcoming and family, and the vibes were just like immaculate. It was just a really good time. Like I love the music. The show was like awesome. It really sucks that we weren't able to like finish it out.
Yeah.
But I just had a really good time. Like I made, like he said, or Mitchell said, the friends that you make in STRYKE, like I'm still friends with them now. And it's like, it was good times.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it was strange for me. Like 2020 is such an interesting year for me because that was kind of like my year to like hand the keys off.
Yeah.
It's like to you guys to.
Yeah.
All right, you're the next. I'm done. After this, I'm retiring. So it was funny. Like people were asking me like, "Are you going to do 22?" And I'm like, "No, absolutely not." And then so like, so the world exploded. COVID happened, and going back into it in 2022. What got you back into STRYKE? Is it just was everybody was doing it, or were you just like, you know what, I might as well get up and do something?
Well, I wanted to see everyone again.
Yeah.
Like we didn't have the opportunity to finish out 2020, and I wanted, you know, to have the opportunity to finish a whole season of STRYKE and go to Daytona and go to Dayton and do all that kind of stuff. But I missed the vibes, and like coming off COVID, nothing was really happening. Like everything was closed, and it's like I want to have the opportunity to get out and do something again. And what better than to do STRYKE again? Like your family's there, like, yeah, that's basically why I came back.
Came back, yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting. How did you like the 2022 show, honestly?
Well, that's a good question. I didn't really know the theme until after the season ended.
Interesting.
Because, I mean, it was fun, but I don't know. It was, I mean, I did have a good time.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed the people that I was marching with. I mean, obviously, like, we fell short in the end of the season.
Yeah.
Obviously not the outcome that we wanted.
Right.
But, I mean, it was still fun to march with the people that you basically consider family, you know? Like, walking into the gym is like your second home.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
2016 and through 2020 had kind of clear shows. There were a bit story driven, or like if you had the theme, you kind of knew what was going on.
Yeah.
And I think 2022 was such a big shift because, you know, that's the first year that Josh started writing the drill. Robbie was writing the music, but he's been doing that for a minute. But the format of show changed. It's like we went from clear cut to abstract.
Yeah.
And I think that was kind of like a precursor for the years to come, but that's life. But like, it was funny because the show's hidden in plain sight. You kind of had to watch it a couple times, or you would have to kind of like take your, you have to change your lens and not look at it as like a indoor wind show and think more artsy, because it forced you to like find the hidden Easter eggs and details within that show, because everything was hidden in plain sight. So it was kind of strange. Like, people say they didn't understand what it was, and it was like, I don't know if people understand the fact that it was less about trying to understand like the concept and more trying to just see this show for what it was. It's such an interesting thing. It's kind of like how people talk about like BD, like they don't get their shows, but you have to kind of like study to get it. You know what I mean? It's kind of one of those things. It's kind of like when and people do abstract, and here's the thing. I think some people do abstract where it's just like the banana with the tape on the, you know what I mean? Like they do that, and I'm like, I don't understand how this is making money. You know what I mean? I don't know what I'm supposed to get. And then there's shows like, you know, where you have to actually like think about it, or like go outside of the box, and that was interesting. That's why I kind of like 2022, because it was interesting. And also 2022 to me, y'all felt like 2018 in a sense when I was watching you guys.
Wait, really? Wait, why?
You guys were so goofy.
Yeah, like I can attest to that.
Like every rehearsal kind of like felt not like a meme in a bad way. It's just like there was always something new going on.
It was like a fever dream.
Yeah, in a sense, absolutely.
That whole year was like a friggin' fever dream.
What was your favorite moment from that show?
The beginning of the closer, where we were on the two lines.
The Rhapsody in Blue? Yeah.
And did Pat have his solo, or was it all the trombones? I think it was just Pat,
It was just Pat, yeah.
I really liked that moment. Because like we weren't playing, it was just a solo, and we were all like, you know, dancing and doing crazy stuff. I don't know, I really liked it. It was fun. Yeah, I think that was my favorite moment.
Interesting, because you know what's funny? A lot of people will say about that Rhapsody in Blue piece, it's like, they'll say they don't get why it's there. Like it's, no, they didn't get it.
The judges didn't get it?
No, like people in like the community.
People,
and if you didn't get it, but that was the exact point. It's kind of hidden in plain sight. Like this kind of like, you have to take
nowhere.
You don't have to take this too seriously. I think that's what I got off of it. Like, you know, because we played the first movement, that was cool, regal. Second movement was a bit abstract. Third movement was Amoken Heap, hide and seek, right? And then we go from all these like different tones, and then we go back into like this.
It's like a jam session.
You know what I mean? So like, it was kind of cool, like how much variety we were putting into that year. And that's why, I don't know, 2022, it's like a weird, good filler anime arc in my, you know what I mean? It was an interesting time. Yeah. Talk about 23. How did it feel like going into 23? After you finished 22?
Well, like I said earlier, we fell short in 22, so I think everyone was ready to get back into it. We wanted to go for the gold. Everyone's like, we gotta lock in. We gotta like do this. This is our end goal. Like this is what we have to do to achieve that. And at the end of the day, we did. And I enjoyed that show. The ballad, I think, was one of my favorite ballads that I've ever had in my whole entire marching career. It was just like a very fragile piece, and you could basically like hear a pin drop. And it was really hard to execute, but I think we did like, you know, it took a long time to like do right, but I think at the end of the day we did. And I just, that whole year, it was probably one of my favorite years in marching that I've had in my whole entire career. So
that's crazy.
Yeah,
23 was special to me. I could share this on here. It's because it happened, I think it was a year after my dad passed. Like, there was kind of like the idea of the Beyond the Veil idea, and it's like life and death. And it was like, to me, and I haven't said it, I've never said this out loud. I've only told this to Josh Bernice. But I think for me, 23 was a love letter to my dad. Like, honestly, like I wrote some of these moments for you. I did some of these moments so like you knew, or like even when I got moments to like choreograph certain things, like there was like, he was like on my mind of like, man, I hope you enjoy this in a sense. Not to get like super, you know, because I think people will think I'm being a Debbie Downer, but that was the true intent. You know what I mean? And I think that's what I love about STRYKE Wynds shows lately. It's like we've done certain shows, and I can not even be selfish. I think I can really be an artist and pick things or pick ideas, and I think you notice about me, I pick things on purpose. I typically pick something really on purpose, you know what I mean? And that's what I've enjoyed the most being here. If you could say you had an instructor that's been really influential for you in this ensemble, who would it be?
Jamar, I'm gonna have to say you.
Don't do that. That doesn't count.
What do you mean it doesn't count?
Sorry, I don't want it to seem like you're glazing. Yeah.
Wait, but like I'm being honest.
That's true. My bad. Sorry. Yeah,
okay.
go.
I mean, I've had a lot of instructors at West Broward. We've changed visual instructors like every year.
Yeah.
But when you first started, I feel like I was able to understand a lot of the things that you taught. Like I've dealt with instructors where I don't know what they're talking about. Like I just don't understand what you're talking about,
Right.
but it's like you're able to articulate things in a way that's very understandable. And I've known you for so long. You call me out on my BS and it's
Yeah,
like,
sure.
okay, well, this is what needs to be fixed. And you know, I really appreciate that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah, I do it a lot.
Yeah.
And sometimes it gets misconstrued, very much so. Like I think people will think that I'm trying to attack and I'm not trying to attack.
It comes from a place of love.
Yes.
Like,
yes. You know
yeah,
what I
it's
mean?
like you're
Yeah.
not trying to, you know, be mean. You're not
Right.
trying to be like, oh, I'm gonna pick on someone. It's like,
Yeah.
how can I get someone to be the best that they can be?
Right.
You know?
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly. And I think it's that, but also too, I've just learned that at STRYKE Wynds because everyone wasn't like safe. Like safe in the sense of like you weren't beyond critique. So
Yeah.
even when I marched, and anybody can attest to it, you guys marched with me in 20, I would mess up, people would call me out, and I never really got mad. I was like, dang, you're right. Like, you know what I mean? It was kind of
Yeah.
that. Like, and even to like this day, like if I'm with, cause you know, Mitchell's still doing things with me from time to time, like Mitchell could call me out on something, and like, it's either I won't agree, or if he's right, I'm like, yeah, well, that's fair. Fair
Yeah.
game. You know what I mean? So like, I've always really believed in that, you know, and I think that's what STRYKE Wynds taught me the most, to not be beyond critique. And I think that's like not to be the 90s person in like a life movie or like in like a movie, but no, I think if you really want to be a good leader, you don't want to put yourself on such a high pedestal where nobody can tell you anything.
Yeah.
If nobody can tell you anything, then you already put yourself in like a box. You already kind of
Yeah.
box yourself in.
But
Yeah.
in 22, I will say that we didn't, not as nearly rehearse as much as 23.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. So that's why in 23, once you got up to Ohio, you guys were like rehearsing, and I remember because we
Yeah.
got second place in prelims, and then
Oh,
we had
that's
to rehearse,
right.
and everybody was just
Yeah.
like, "Bet we'll rehearse, not a
Yeah.
problem." You know what I
Yeah.
mean? It wasn't a question of like, "Will they? Won't they?" It was like a question of where are we rehearsing and what time are we rehearsing?
Like-
we did not care. We wanted to go in and do the thing,
Yep.
and that was special to me. I think because that's the thing I've been always wanting to instill. Not even to just STRYKE Wynds, just to people, but it was STRYKE Wynds is just like anytime in life when you're like that close, when something's so competitive, when you're that near your goals,
Yeah.
like you can't just back away just because you're scared or back away just because it's hard. You can be scared, but
Yeah.
you need to do something. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I think that, and you know, I can say that about you, honestly. Something about you that I've always liked is no, seriously, because like you can overthink. And I'm an
Well,
overthinker as well.
Yeah.
But one thing I noticed about you the past couple of years, to see, like seeing you grow, is like you've grown into someone that you could be scared and you're still like, okay, I can still do something though. Like I'm fine. You know what I mean? You don't
Yeah.
let it stop you anymore. And with that, I'm really proud of you. Very much so.
thanks.
Not to get super sappy, but I
Yeah.
think about that sometimes.
Yeah.
Like when I look at you or I look at Mitch, and like when look at you when I first taught you guys, and like when I see you guys now, I'm just like, woof. It's kind of
Yeah.
like Pat. Like looking at Pat, and I'm like, Pat has had so much character development,
Oh my
but is
God.
also the same person still. Like, you know what I mean? You still do like the Pat stroll
Yeah.
and like walk in.
Oh.
I'm like, but it's Pat, so it's okay. But yeah, if you had a person in the ensemble that influenced you the most, who would it be?
She's probably gonna get mad that I'm gonna call her out, but probably Mia.
Interesting.
Because I've known Mia since we were in second grade.
Oh yeah.
And like just being able to, you know, see her march in 2019, like up until 22, it's like she took no BS. She just, you know, did what she was supposed to do, and she was really damn good at it. And it's like, wow, like I was inspired, you know, by her. And us being like really close, it was just like, you know, being able to go to her if I like, you know, needed help with something or like
Yeah.
a question, that was like extremely helpful, especially in 20.
Yeah.
Because she's already done that whole thing.
I know, she's been through the gauntlet. Yeah.
So I guess I would say Mia. Yeah.
How did it feel going from West Broward into STRYKE Wynds actually? Because you guys technically are visually good.
West Broward?
Time. Yes. Visually, yeah. Once the Josh team got there, it was like we kind of like knew like, okay, we can get these guys good. And then like you guys were getting better at a rapid rate. Yeah, even from like you graduated caged. Yeah. So you did caged, but like even from like the difference between caged into Mary Poppins, even anyone could tell like that was a huge jump. And that wasn't a coincidence.
I agree.
So how did it feel like going from caged and going into like STRYKE Wynds, and you're like, what did that feel like?
Well, I felt, I think I felt comfortable because I was going from having you and Josh at West Broward to having you and Josh at STRYKE Wynds. So I already had a familiarity with like staff-wise. But I didn't think the jump was like too extreme because at the end of the day, it's playing your instrument and it's like marching, but the environment, like obviously from playing outside to playing in a gym, it's different.
It is different, yeah. And people are so close to you, like you'll be, especially if you're a woodwind, and you're playing, you're like,
it's like, oh, am I gonna bump into someone? Like, what's going on? But yeah, I mean, I thoroughly enjoyed the jump, going from high school to independent. Like I've always wanted to further pursue my marching career after high school. So I'm just really grateful that I was able to do that with STRYKE Wynds.
Yeah, that makes sense. If you had anything to say to anybody that wanted to do STRYKE Wynds, what would you tell them?
Don't be afraid. Like if your gut is telling you like, oh, like I think I really want to do this, just do it. Don't think about it, just do it. Like you're gonna have questions, you're gonna have doubts, that's normal. I had questions, I had doubts. There's gonna be people that will help you, there's gonna be people that support you the whole way. So I just would say don't be afraid. Why are you laughing?
Because that's what everyone's answer. Okay. It's funny because everyone at the beginning is scared to do STRYKE Wynds, but once they're here, they're just like, everyone's welcomed.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Everyone is literally welcomed, and I think that's what's always been so special. And even if we have like beef for a couple of days, it's like it's squashed, and it's like, all right, we're here to get good.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? And I think that's what's been really special, because it's like thick or thin, we all look at each other and we're like, I still got your back. I still got, you know what I mean? And I think that was something that was important to me when I was in charge in 19, because I remember I'd house everybody. But it was that
and
though,
in
like
20.
literally. So, but people would literally come in and feel so afraid, and then like, when you're just talking to somebody and you learn their interests, they actually want to even rehearse. And maybe this is something to tell people too. It's just like, if you want to have a group that lasts the test of time, learn about a person. You know what I mean? Learn about a person. It's like how you like to read, like to watch like your dramatic shows. I learned that about you. And like we could like bond over a certain show. As small as that seems, I think like at that point it's like, oh, I want to work with him now. He gets me. You know what I mean? Like, and I think in life, if you want to do anything, and if you want to be part of a team or have a team that does well, you want to have a sense of camaraderie first.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? What would you say to the people that are marching 2025?
You're almost at the home stretch. You have like a little over a month, right? Be the best that you can be. I know that you guys are trying to go for the three-peat, and I know that you guys can do it. You guys sound amazing. You guys look amazing. Just keep doing it. I know sometimes it can be hard, it can be frustrating, it can be taxing, but at the end of the day, you guys have a goal, and in order to reach that goal, everyone just has to be on their A game and not worry about all the outside stuff. I think one of the best pieces of advice that I got from STRYKE Wynds was that once you walk in that building and once you get on that floor, all the outside noise just goes away. And I think that's really helped me a lot because, like you said, I'm an overthinker. Like I take crap with me a lot. I think a lot, and just to be able to like block out all the outside noise just like really helps, like reaching your full potential and like doing what you got to do on the floor. Yeah, that makes sense. And I think, I guess I'll do that for myself too. If there was anything I would say to the people that are marching 2025, and you'll see this at some point when this goes on Instagram, is I am very, very proud to be an alumni and to watch you guys set the tone on the 10th year, and you're leading things to the next
era, wherever that may go.
That's crazy. It's been 10 years.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think all I can say is really I'm proud and also thank you. We just wanted to let you know, like, thank you. Thank you so much. So
it is an amazing thing to be a part of.
yeah.
It's just, honestly, you can't really get this strike experience, like this indoor experience anywhere else. Like the instructors, like the music, the drill, like the show, it's just, it comes together, the jokes, tomfoolery. It just all comes together so well. And it's just like, it's one of the best decisions that I've ever made. Like I've been able to learn so much and I've met so many people that I'm still friends to this day. And yeah, I'm just very grateful to have been a part of STRYKE Wynds and to be an alumni.
Yeah. Well, Sydney, this has been good. It's been good catching up. We're all going to Disney. So
yeah, definitely.
And that's a wrap. Bye.